Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. I'm very happy to start this game again with our new character, Duke Conrad III of Franconia. And I already had a quick look at things, and I'm actually quite pleased how things are. It seems right now we are in a pretty decent situation with our domain here. We inherited the Duchy of Würzburg, which is decent, not fully built up yet, but it's okay. Worms, of course, is the capital, very well built up. Everything here is looking quite splendid. Our half-brother, he inherited the duchy here in Aschaffenburg, and I think we are going to be on decent terms with him. We don't have ambitions to take any land from him. I think he's a decent young character, and I think we are going to also assign ourselves as his guardian so that we can build a good relationship with him and form him in our way. We have here the Count Humbert of Bamberg, who is educated by our Chancellor, so hopefully he will also turn out to be a great vassal. And we have our uncle, who's imprisoned in house arrest, which is not too bad for him, but at the same time it makes it so that he's not going to be a pain in our ass with the whole claimant thing. So I think we will keep him as is in his house arrest. He can think about his things, and we will make a good relation with our cousins. So we want to make a guardian for our cousin who will inherit. That will be ourselves, so that we have a good relationship with him. And our other cousin, we also want to be educated by somebody better than a commander. So we will also give that over to our brother, the monk. I think that might be great. He's also considering other offer from us, so let's see. Of course, our uncle will have to accept, and it seems that he is accepting things. And the other topic that I want to touch on is, yes, we will very much, we will only get a commander position. I was hoping for a bit more, actually, to be honest, because we are quite a good diplomat. I was thinking perhaps we could become chancellor. Let's just check quickly on his court. Our chancellor, Stuart. Did I think the Stuart? No, chancellor is the right one I was thinking about. You made him the chancellor over us. He should be the marshal. What's he doing? Well, should we become a commander? So we're not craven, we're brave in fact. So I think for certain we would fight in wars for our king. Makes sense from my perspective at least. So then we have open council possessions ourselves that we need to assign. Of course the chancellor will stay our August Stadek, who I also saw he has now an heir. He married, he got an heir. So the situation for him or his family looks pretty good. I hope that he will educate Augustine here to be the third generation of a chancellor. So we also had him here before as our chancellor, so hopefully that will be happening. So in regards to the marshal position, we have our half-brother Adolf, and he is also he's the son of our mother, and he was the bastard that she sired and what eventually basically caused her whole death in this situation. But we have a pretty good relationship with him. We don't mind him as much, I think, and he's an ambitious, humble guy, a bit slothful, but good charismatic negotiator, a little bit of a good fighter. I think we try to integrate him. Perhaps he might become a good asset. Then we will name our courtier as the steward. I think that's fine. The spymaster will be continuing to be Adolf of Hagenau. I think that's also fine. And our court chaplain here will be Caspar, the Bishop of Worms, because I think Vito is a little bit of a weird character. He's a eunuch. He's depressed. He's stressed. Shy. I don't think we see him. I think we rather have a temperate, content, a little bit deceitful Bishop of Worms be our position here, and I think we will send him off to Rome to make good relations with the Pope. You never know when you might need that, so that makes sense from my perspective. We will also try to get a bit of extra money, and we will train troops here in Worms to get more of them. And do we need to improve relations? Because I think we're on good terms with almost everybody. We could do a little bit of claim fabrication. The question just is, do we have any real ambitions to get anything? We have a weak claim on the Kingdom of Arles, which is in big trouble right now, it seems like. What is going on here? Defending against... Sorry, let's look at the top level so that I'm aware of the right things. So we are defending against Ava de Toulouse. What does she want? So Aquitaine claim on the Venezier War. So they're fighting here for some duchy or something probably. And defending against the unfaithful Swabian claim on Basel. And that's it. So Duchess Ida the unfaithful. Yeah. Venison. Well, he looks like in big trouble, but hopefully that is fine. So I don't think this weak claim will come to be. It's not super likely. Our brother also has some extra claims. So if uncle, I mean, if we left him out, we could also claim potentially Swabia for him. Not sure about that. Seems like a bit... Yeah, I think we don't have a bad relationship with her. So I don't think it's necessary. We have the ability to nominate a successor, and right now it's Prince Berthold, who is the son of the former king. So a brother of the current king, and he's definitely a great candidate. I definitely can see that. So I think I have a lot of trust in our elective system here that we're picking the right candidates and they are hopefully ruling our country good. Our council is a bit of discontent. We'll see about that. Is there anything else that we need to do? We have a court physician. That's good. And we could look at our laws. We could improve centralization. I think that would help us to get one more demands limit. Maybe for the future. I think right now we want to stabilize the law, though, the thing, so let it just run for a little bit, just so that we can see that things are working. And we are indeed getting the education stuff sorted out. Our wife here, or betrothed, will be soon of age, and hopefully she will turn out to be a great character. You may live in harmony. We have decided to immediately revoke Würzburg. I have to say that this is definitely a slap in the face. A big slap in the face, because the same nonsense happened previously. They wanted to have Würzburg, they put their capital here and then they moved it out away. I am definitely really unhappy with that. Really unhappy. Like, no character can, no matter how charitable they are. I mean, we're gonna say yes, spoiler alert, we're not gonna fight the king with 10 times as much amount of people we have. But this is gonna be the moment where we are not on good terms again, King Ulrich. So I'm gonna accept it, and you have just made an enemy for life, my friend. And we are also going to change our vote here to somebody else. Who's this guy? Bavaria? Yeah, we'll change it to Bavaria. I'm pissed already. Duke of Hessen, Duke of Münster, Nordgau. Can I find him? Duke of Bavaria. So it's now equaled out, destabilizing things. So who's he gonna give it to? What is he gonna do with it? He's keeping it for himself. He's moving his capital there. Yes, he likes this place. I already previously had it. We have a Thieves Guild here still. Is that still bugged out from like when I had it one time added here? Is this still going on? To the good Duke Conrad, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We would like to back a plot to kill the king. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now that is interesting, to say the least. And also interesting what kind of factions we have here. So Duke Ferdinand for Germany. The Duke of Mecklenburg for Germany. Duke Dirk for Germany. Everybody wants to be the Germany. So the Duke of Bavaria here is strong. So I'm gonna join the faction here. I will accept that faction here. I think also this plot. little bit risky, but we'll do it. And our uncle here, do we care about him? He has the same claims as my other uncle, so we could potentially execute those plans for him. Potentially. I'm gonna release him from prison. I think he's been there for 9 years, whatever. I think he wanted to try to kill somebody, but he actually ended up not doing it. So we could press Swabia for him. Would still have to deal with the Brandenburg people, so we definitely don't have the power for it, so it's just an interesting idea. And we are very, very weak here now. So what are we gonna do next? We still have our claim, well, de jure anyway, on Würzburg. Does it make sense to try to expand here in the territory of Hessen? They're nearby. Didn't Bamberg, like, they had a claim on Pilsen, but that was a long time ago. So we're bordering the Bohemians. Can we do anything with them? They're Christians, of course, okay. They're not like the Poles. The Poles are really expanding in their area. There's great pox. We can't do any sort of holy war here, right? We're just not close by to them. Declare war. Holy war for Bohemia. Lots of people could join. I mean, we're not that crazy. But expanding the realm here could be in the future interesting. Alternatively, Nuremberg. Who is Nuremberg? He's just these two. And he is probably not super strong. No, he's not. Okay, let's try to get a claim on Nuremberg. Let's see. I have the suspicion that probably he will give away Würzburg eventually, and then we can take it from whoever he gives it to. That's my suspicion. But we're also here in a... Well, if he were not to be the king anymore, we could also attack him, certainly. Kill the king of Germany. We're the only ones backing it, I guess. And also, like, I will resign from your leadership, I think. Leading troops in Würzburg? I do not think so. What is the war about? German Holy War for Brandenburg. Okay. Is that this territory here? No, it's this area, the Lausitz and stuff. We're gonna try to get that back. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, theoretically, and I am a good fighter, but I am definitely opposed to serving him, so I will find some excuse why I'm not going to be participating in this war. Just, you know, my kid is sick. Screw you. He isn't hiding. What a coward. What a coward. What a freaking coward. I hate this guy. So we can press our claim here. No, we're not. I'm thinking always about war, but I'm not actually in any position, anywhere close to being any position where we could actually do that. We're going to build up our infrastructure, I believe. I thought we already built some of that things, but apparently not. Okay, letting the game run a bit faster. So the Poles are putting up quite a big fight. Look at that. Huge, huge W for the king. I mean, he is successful. He's just an asshole. A bit. So, children lack focus. So here we have our half-sister from our father's side here. I think there's nothing bad. We just educate her with heritage here. All options would be good. New Pope. Guido has sent us a gift, a small puppy. Oh, of course I will accept that gift. Well, what will I name my puppy? I mean, I'm a hunter. So I think Hunter is a good name. Like our grandfather's dog, which we have never probably read about. And we can marry. We'll lose a bit of prestige from marrying only a countess. But I think that's still a very, very good thing. And getting prestige or gold. I think prestige is more important for us right now. We don't have much of it. And we could go into hiding. Presumably somebody is out for us. So noun plots kill. The Marshal of Thorn. Why do you care? Because my sister is married to you. And you used to be... You're an heir to the county and you're... whatever. Could you stop that, please? That is really not nice of you. So we are in a position where it might be that one of those factions will fire. Now that the prince is at war. We are in the faction for Duke Arnulf here. It's not strong enough. But if the king suffers a few things, it might fire. So we have to be prepared that we might get into war. I think I'm okay with that. So do we need to do anything else that I wanted to do? I think we can let it run. What was that? Special concession? Go into hiding. Yeah, we're not going into hiding. I think we'll get a bit more money saved up, because if we go to war, it would be nice if we can get mercenaries, if it's necessary. And our ambition is to groom an heir. Yeah. Our current heir is our brother, because we don't have a kid yet. Your dog is growing. We get a bit prestige, that's nice. But it looks like this is a lot of people joined on the opposite side. So our king is actually getting very much beaten up by those heathens. Appoint counselor has been... I'd like to give you a seat on my council and the title of marshal. You, the son of a bitch, I will accept it, but with the background that we're in a plot to kill him. It gives me more access to him. And now we have the next war. Saxon conquest of Bremen. Is there any way I can ask him to give me the title back? Offer to join the war, resign. There isn't really a way I can say that, hey guy, give me back the thing that I have a claim on. That would be a nice function. My wife is pregnant. That is great. Now, first time in the season, in this game, we have an upgrade available. So we can choose on cultural awareness. We could pick anything. I'm actually not aware anymore what those are. So feudal vassal opinions, okay. City, don't care that much. Religious, don't care even less. Majesty. This sounds good. Court size, short reign years, court size cost. That sounds really good. Different culture. We're in the middle of Germany. I think we could conquer later here. It doesn't really matter. Legalism. So this allows us higher centralization. We're not even on low. Religious control mandate. I think I'm not that. I think for now, I think Majesty makes sense. Is there anything that makes sense here? Sieging, definitely. Yeah, I think, yeah. Sieging. Moral of armies, also very good. Retinues is interesting. We don't have them yet. I'm thinking just sieging. Yeah. Excellent. My wife is pregnant. And the king is getting beaten up. So I'm again in the idea that we will maybe very quickly see a few civil wars starting up here. Increased council power. And now the Duke for thing position also. So yeah, we're going to be in a civil war in a second. I already predicted. In good tradition, we have some gossips around pregnant women. Should we spend 10 gold on that? So, losing piety, I don't mind. I think we're in the position where we kind of want to keep the money together a bit. So I will lose a little bit of piety. So, if there's a god, why is the world filled with hardships, grief, and heretics? Should we become a religious person? We're charitable, we're brave. Skewed. Grey Eminence. Our father wasn't really religious, so could be that we're more cynical leaning. What is our wife looking at? She's greedy, deceitful, trusting. She's not particularly religious either. Hard to say what makes most sense. I think he's not overly religious right now. So I would say God is as clueless as everybody else. And we have become cynical. Same as our father. My wife, Gerberga, asked me to buy her some new clothes. Because of the pregnancy, she's outgrown them. Okay, that is fine. You don't need new clothes. You're wonderful. Yeah, I think we will try to soothe her like that, because we do want to keep the money together, as I said. For council support from the Duchess of Cologne. So that is where I would love to understand the council mechanics better, because unfortunately I do not. So I can pick what I am. Right now I am malcontent. I think for sure I am, because I will really do anything to get the king out of his to get the king out. So can I see somewhere where they're voting, what they're voting on? So he's getting influenced here already. So do I like her? She's a game master. She looks like a person. Owe me a favor. Yeah, let's go with that. So I believe one of my vassals can be encouraged from associating with conspiratory factions. So the Count of Bamberg. Not a very capable man. He just grew up. Didn't notice that he did. He's already stressed. Yeah, obliging him makes sense. Let's keep him out of any factions. Very good. Thank you. So I now have a son. That is great news, and I will already decide that he might benefit from a pride education. Can I see him again? I think they don't have any points, right? Yeah, I will educate him in pride. Popo. Alright, Popo. I'll play as Popo Salian. So, as a tradition, she underwent her churning. So my steward died. Is that right? Alright, as a tradition, she went this churning. I will forgive her. Oh, the official priest swears that it's... Wait. Recovery. Unfortunately, the unthinkable happened. She nearly choked on the Holy Communion. The priest swears that the subsequent delirium, the Lord compelled her to confess to her adultery. Whatever happened, I forgive her. She loses the stress trait, gains 20 piety, and loses prestige, and I might become kind. Or, what a Harlem, and she gets adulterous. So my son is a bastard. So it's already well known. Pooh. Now she's a countess. And I'm a bit cynical. Perhaps we have this type of relationship where we're living far apart. She lives on the other side of Germany. Perhaps we are that kind of relationship where we both have a few bastards. Although, of course, for women, that's a mighty different story, particularly if our heir is now not of our dynasty. That is a major, major issue. So I would have to call her out potentially on that nonetheless, even though I might not. Well, I think this is our internal thing. I think it's not about calling her out. I think everybody knows already. So I think we might do it forgiving her. And we've indeed become kind. So we're a little bit of a pushover here. Crazy. Forgiving feels great. Okay. So what happened to our steward? He died, I suppose. So we have terrible people. Terrible. So we will have to invite somebody. 10 gold. Yeah, it just has to be. Oh, wow. That was 10 gold. Well spent. Gerlach von Bamberg. Very, very happy to have you here. You're gonna be a great asset to our court. Yeah, we don't have an heir because our current heir is a bastard, and we have our king is incapable. This is great news. This is absolutely great news. Now that he is incapable, I actually will back out of these attempts to get him killed and all of these things, because I don't want to be in a position where I get screwed over and they are running a civil war right now, because that would be very annoying. That we are fighting against somebody who's anyway already out, on the way out. So I think we're on a good space here. Let me just check a few things quickly, what I wanted to check. Yeah, he's gonna go out. He's heir to the Kingdom of Germany. Who is the heir to Würzburg? He's also the heir to Würzburg. Okay, it doesn't get split because it's the capital. Makes sense. About our son. Well, we could legitimize him. Does that make him like a legitimate heir if we do that? Well, it doesn't make sense for him to be legitimized from my perspective. The question just is like, what do we do if we actually die? But we're 19 years old. I think we can figure something out. But that will be next episode. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.